Yeah, that's actually one of the things I love about your story the most, because we are often told that you in competition you have to be ready, and that it will be ups and downs and roller coasters, and ultimate like success and victories really comes from your ability to sort of detach your self-worth and your performance from these sort of hills and valleys. And you had to experience that in the most dramatic fashion, literally two 180s after many unsuccessful attempts to achieve the Olympic Games, which is a lot. That is an incredible mental and emotional task for any human being to accomplish. Which then sort of transitions into my question, which is, I want to know, particularly from your perspective, of course, we're epee fencers and you're a saber fencer, like, why is saber the most difficult weapon? All the fencers, we all have our own ideas about why our weapons are the best, why
I'm
we're the
glad
most
you admit
special
that, Jason.
people. But yes, please, like, explain what about saber makes it uniquely the most difficult of the weapons.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. I think saber is difficult, uniquely difficult. I don't want to say it's the most difficult because I think I actually really respect kind of the different kind of skill sets that it takes to have each, to fence each of the different weapons. I think saber is uniquely difficult because it's, everything happens so quickly. I think it kind of goes, not only do things happen quickly, but you also have to quickly, kind of in this really compressed time period, adjust milliseconds. I mean, that's true in epee, but it's like it's true in epee,
Especially true in saber.
but it's especially true in saber. Exactly. So all of these adjustments, all of these emotional reactions, all of the things, your opponent in front of you, how they're changing their tactics, everything happens in this really compressed time period. So things can snowball in saber faster than they can snowball on any other weapon, like for good or for bad, right? So I remember like one of the reasons that I think that I excelled in saber initially, not only because I was aggressive and fast, but also because I excelled at not giving up ever, and then just kind of like being able to like convince myself that it was possible no matter what it looked like. Because in saber it really is. I mean, like I think that like in saber, as opposed to like many of the other weapons, it's much more likely to, for instance, come back from a deep. I don't know if that's true, but like in my head,
I would agree. I've seen quite a few
deficit.
Didn't mean to talk over you, but I've seen quite a few 10-4, scores in saber, and it's just like, oh, 10-4. It's just like, this guy's probably smug. People are like, oh, I don't know. He gets those first couple like this. I don't know about that. And you're right. The snowball, the momentum is such an element, and momentum's an element in our sport. But in saber, it is, the momentum shifts so quickly and so dramatically, and
it's so easy to hit, right? Like, I mean, I'm like, compared to like epee, right? I only have to touch you. I don't have to like push down a button. I don't have to, like, I mean, it's much more complicated than that. But I think that like mistakes are punished also in a different way than they are on the other weapons. I mean, it's I don't know. So I don't know if that's a great answer, but I think that saber usually requires a kind of mental stamina in an accelerated kind of like situation where you have to be able to keep a hold of yourself in a different way than like epee, where you plan, you sit there, you work, and you work for that moment, right? And when that moment happens, all of a sudden everything accelerates. But instead in saber, it's like you have the plan. Between the plan and the actual point is like maybe like max 10 seconds every time. So and if things change, you have to change, and you have to see that fast, and you have to, if things are going against you, you have to figure it out in that time, right? So I love it because I think if you're mentally tough in a way, I mean, everyone has to be mentally tough at the top level, but I think if you're especially mentally tough and smart and can calm yourself down, which took me such a long time to learn, you can basically come back and beat anyone.